In Dalton, credit card transactions amount.
Bubbers surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard financial collapses have set the stage for an unfolding scandal, as reports allege that she is attempting to raise $10 million on GoFundMe to sustain her extravagant lifestyle, despite not sharing the global fame of figures like Beyonce or Kim Kardashian. The Henyard situation has captured widespread attention due to the sheer scale of the controversy at the heart of the uproar, which is a growing mountain of debt that has become a glaring focal point for both critics and creditors alike as lawsuits pile up in efforts to reclaim funds. Allegations against Henyard are sparking outrage across Dalton. Her financial troubles reportedly began escalating in March 2024 when revelations emerged that she had embezzled public funds to bankroll a series of lavish personal expenditures using the city's budget as her personal piggy bank. Henyard allegedly exhibited blatant disregard for fiscal responsibility, financing luxurious pursuits and high-end indulgences at the taxpayers' expenses, from first-class flights to extravagant dinners and indulgent shopping sprees. Her spending pattern painted the picture of unchecked excess, causing many to feel betrayed, unlike wealthy celebrities who squandered their private fortunes. Hen's misuse of public funds has left their constituents disillusioned and enraged as the consequences of her decisions ripple through the community. During a tense public meeting, a furious Dolphin resident spoke for many by confronting Henyard directly, exclaiming, "You lied to us as residents, and you don't stand for me. I want you to resign as mayor today and save our village from the deficit you've caused, which has left Dalton unable to pay its bills." Such sentiments echo the frustration of a town facing mounting challenges due to H's alleged mismanagement. Local services have deteriorated, bills are going unpaid, and the community's morale has plummeted. To exacerbate matters, residents feel that the mayor has placed her personal financial needs above her duty to serve, using taxpayer dollars recklessly without any thought of accountability. For many, it's not just her opulent lifestyle that sparks resentment, it's the arrogance and apparent indifference toward the very people who trusted her to lead Dolan. Residents are grappling with the fallout as financial instability strains the city's operations, affecting basic public services and eroding trust in local governance. Henyard's the GoFundMe campaign, rumored to seek a staggering $10 million, has only hidden criticism, with detractors branding it as a desperate and tone-deaf attempt to resolve problems of her own making. This financial controversy is a damning reflection of leadership that seems more focused on self-interest than public duty, leaving the town with significant debts and its citizens bearing the brunt of the consequences as the fallout onto news. Each actions and decisions raise fundamental questions about integrity and responsibility, both personal and political. The anger and discontent simmering among Dalton residents have given rise to calls for her immediate resignation, with many questioning whether she can still be trusted to govern after such blatant violations. Hannah's alleged actions have not only tarnished your own reputation, but also put the financial stability and future of the community in jeopardy. Jeep Party critics argue that while mismanagement and scandal have plagued public officials throughout history, the Henyard case stands out for its brazenness and audacity and its direct impact on a small, already struggling community. To her constituents, this scandal is not just a betrayal of trust, but a glaring example of the dangers of unchecked power and a reminder of how leadership driven by personal gain can derail the progress and stability of an entire town, whether Henyard steps down voluntarily or faces mounting legal pressure. Her tenure as mayor has become synonymous with financial misconduct and public outrage. Moving forward, Dalton faces an uphill battle to regain financial stability, repair its fractured trust in leadership, and prevent similar scenarios in the future. Meanwhile, the question looms: will the scandal finally lead to meaningful reform, or will the shadow of mismanagement continue to cast a dark cloud over the town? For now, Hen's financial downfall and the resulting community turmoil serve as a stark warning about the consequences of neglecting public accountability. Taxpayers a lot of money with few details about how it benefits the community. Reports continue to surface regarding Mayor Tiffany Henyard's alleged mismanagement and financial recklessness, paint a troubling picture of a leader accused of prioritizing personal indulgence over her public duties, along with claims of embezzling public funds. And Henyard is reported to have taken out substantial personal loans running into millions of dollars and now faces the looming threat of bankruptcy. And so, despite her mounting debt, she reportedly led a life of luxury. Amazon. Tiffany Henyard's tenure as mayor of Dalton has quickly become a case study in mismanagement and betrayal. Once viewed as a promising leader, she now faces serious allegations of corruption and reckless spending and a flagrant disregard for her responsibilities from the very beginning. Critics argue Henyard appeared more concerned with her personal luxury and public image than with fulfilling her promises to improve the town for its residents. Scandals surrounding her leadership first came to light when reports revealed her misuse of taxpayer funds, which were allegedly used to finance extravagant personal expenses, such as lavish trips to Las Vegas and high-price events, all while Dalton's essential services were left underfunded and in disarray. Observers have described a disturbing pattern where public funds were treated as Henyard's personal account, spent on non-essential luxuries and experiences that prioritized her comfort over the community's pressing needs. As the financial instability of Dalton grew more severe, residents became increasingly frustrated by the lack of transparency and accountability from their mayor. Many felt abandoned by a leader who seemed more focused on protecting her reputation than addressing the town's dire challenges. The consequences of Henyard's alleged decisions were felt most acutely in the deterioration of public services, with reports of unpaid village judgments and vital resources like police vehicles on the brink of e-possession. Investigations revealed a web of financial mismanagement that went beyond the misuse of public funds, with rumors surfacing that Henyard had taken out massive personal loans she was unable to repay, leaving her teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. The allegations deepened further when it was suggested that Henyard had mishandled Section 8 housing payments. It is claimed that she collected payments intended for repairs and maintenance, but did not use the funds to fix the units, instead diverting the money to support her lavish lifestyle. These actions only further eroded public trust in her leadership. Meanwhile, many Dalton residents, particularly those relying on basic services like transportation and heating assistance, found themselves cut off from vital resources due to the town's worsening financial situation, sparking outrage at Henyard's apparent indifference to the hardships she caused as the town grappled with the fallout from Henyard's alleged neglect of its obligations. The anger and frustration of residents reached a boiling point. Town meetings, social media platforms, and public forums became venues for citizens to voice their growing dissatisfaction, calling out Henyard for her failure to address the escalating problems facing the community. One notable resident during a public meeting passionately declared, "You lied to us as residents and you don't stand for me. I want you to resign as mayor today and save our village from the deficit you've caused." This sentiment echoed the broader feeling of abandonment among residents who struggled to reconcile Hahn's promises of leadership with the reality of her actions. Critics argue that Hahn's alleged financial recklessness, coupled with her attempts to obscure the extent of her mismanagement, not only failed to address Dalton's problems, but actively deepened them, making the town's recovery more difficult and leaving its future uncertain. Reports of her refusal to take accountability and her continued defiance, even as the town's financial collapse became clearer, only added to the sense of frustration and betrayal. Despite mounting evidence of corruption and mismanagement, Henyard reportedly continued to project an image of success, sidestepping the urgent issues that directly impacted her constituents. This facade of leadership, however, began to unravel as investigations revealed the full scope of Dalton's financial woes. Claims that money intended for the town's infrastructure and services had been diverted to sustain Hen's extravagant lifestyle only heightened the outrage. The town struggled to provide essential services, and the scandal reached a boiling point as Hanen's actions were seen as a betrayal of the very principles of public service she was elected to uphold. Residents increasingly demanded transparency and accountability from their mayor. Calls for reform echoed throughout the community.